All right, listen. There's a reason Bitcoin is about to explode to 169,420 cuck-bucks, or maybe even $1 million. And no, it's not just because I'm living in Jack Mahler's closet right now.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
And that emotion, that sentiment, that's the future punching through the present, saying, strap in. Because I've got 3 reasons why Bitcoin is about to melt faces. Exhibit A, the Fed is collapsing. Exhibit B, Wall Street is panic buying Bitcoin. And C, well, it's the happy ending Max Kaiser's been warning you about. That's right, it's time. Send it! The most powerful unelected institution on earth is being called out publicly by everyone from senators to generals to the orange man himself.
The one problem that remains is high interest rates for the American people. The American people want to borrow money cheaply, and they should be able to do that. But unfortunately, we have interest rates that are still too high. So the president sent this note to the Fed chair today. And if you look at this chart, this is a chart of all of the interest rates of many countries throughout the world. At the top is Switzerland. They're only paying 1/4 for interest rates. Cambodia, Japan, Denmark, Thailand, Botswana, Barbados, Taiwan, Bulgaria, Cuba, Sweden, Morocco, Cabo Verde, South Korea, Algeria, Canada, Albania, Libya, Malaysia, China, New Zealand, Trinidad and Tobago, Czechia, Bolivia, Australia, Costa Rica, the Bahamas, Kuwait, Papua New Guinea, Bosnia, United Kingdom, and the UAE are all paying lower interest rates than the United States of America, which has one of the hottest and strongest economies in the world. The president sent this note to the Fed chair. It says, Jerome, you are as usual too late. You have cost the USA a fortune and continue to do so. You should lower the rate by a lot. Hundreds of billions of dollars are being lost, and there is no inflation. And the president is right. There is historically low inflation thanks to his policies. And we will continue to drive down the cost of living in this country for Americans. We will continue to deregulate.
Let's be honest, Too Late Powell isn't exactly winning Employee of the Month over at Fiat headquarters. The Fed is secretly spending $2.5 billion on a palace with private elevators and rooftop gardens, while Americans are getting priced out of groceries and housing. Even J.D. Vance is saying out loud what everyone's thinking: the Fed is political, it's rigged, it's toast. Even General Flynn said it plainly. Abolish the Fed because, well, it's a national security risk. Bitcoin doesn't need a palace. It doesn't need a chairman. It just needs math. Math doesn't vote blue or red. It just is. It votes 21 million. Fiat is literally aging itself to death. Trillions in debt. Dying demographics. Boomers are passing the bag to a generation that doesn't trust the bag. Now here's where things get stupidly bullish. The institutions, they're not waiting for clarity. They're not waiting for the Fed. They're front-running everything. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is now making more money than their S&P 500 tracker. That's 187 million cuck-bucks a year in fees. And technically speaking, we just got another golden cross every time that's happened. Boom. 1,000% runs. And it might leave 1,000% runs in Jerome Powell's shorts. Here we go. Fidelity is applying to become a Bitcoin and crypto bank. That's right, not just holding Bitcoins, being the bank. Hell, Finney predicted all this. This isn't fringe anymore. This is your retirement fund manager pulling a Michael Saylor and pretending like it was their idea all along. And guess what? Peter Thiel and Palmer Luckey just launched Erebor Bank. Bitcoin custody plus AI plus national security. It's like they're building a fortress for the future. Or maybe a panopticon. Didn't that guy say he was the Antichrist or something? Sketchy. Regardless, the elites are stacking, the regulators are scrambling, and you're still thinking about whether to click that Coldcard link? We're about to bring it home, but before we do, look at our likes.
3 or 4 times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Let me make it simple for you. You either own Bitcoin or someone else does. And the Coldcard is the most secure way to hold your Bitcoin offline, away from scammers, hackers, and those cucks down at the Fed. And if you're new, head over to thebitcoinway.com. They'll walk you through it like it's kindergarten with Satoshi. From setting up your first wallet to running your first node and so much more. No tech skills needed. The Bitcoin Way has got you covered. You want $1 million Bitcoin? You better act like it. Self-custody is not optional. That is, the revolution. Schedule a free 30-minute consultation with the Bitcoin Way today using that link in the show notes. Are you guys sick of being surrounded by fiat normies? Well, boom! Our friends over at the Orange Pill app got you covered. The Orange Pill app is the single largest repository of Bitcoin-only events in the world. Connect with over 16,000 other Bitcoiners in real life. Bitcoin is better with friends, and now you can zap them instantly all in one app. What are you waiting for? Download the Orange Pill app today, go hit a meetup, and start stacking friends who stack sense. And at Simply Bitcoin, we recommend the Coldcard Q. This right here is the Coldcard Q, the most badass air-gapped Bitcoin-only hardware wallet on the planet. Then you throw in a tap signer, you got easy multi-sig anywhere. This is incredible. Full keyboard, secure element, air-gapped. You can sign Bitcoin transactions without ever plugging into a computer. No USB, no cables, no excuses, and you have a tap signer, PSBT, Taproot, Duress pins, Brick Me mode. It's like James Bond meets Satoshi. Hey, made in Canada by Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners. Go to coinkite.com right now and grab a Coldcard Q, because if it ain't self-custody, it ain't yours. And don't forget to use promo code SIMPLY for 5% off. Remember, not your keys, not your cheese. All right, the final reason Bitcoin is going vertical. It's the one nobody wants to talk about, but it's the most important.
One of the arguments that always comes back is what happens, and it's already happening, with governments regulating more and more Bitcoin.
They can't. They can't regulate it. It's like just when Brad Sherman, the representative from California, came out last week and said that we need to shut down the cryptocurrencies because it's interfering with the dollar as being the hegemonic force in the world.
Right.
It's cutting into the oil industry. It's cutting into our ability to wage wars on a whim without having any accountability. And that was a huge advertisement for Bitcoin. You know, you can't stop math.
No,
you
but you're seeing banks penalize firms and institutions that use Bitcoin and say, if you're dealing with...
You don't need a bank. We can transact without a bank. The bank is there to secure funds and to settle funds. If I'm dealing directly with you, I don't need that bank. In Africa and those other countries that don't have banks, they're leapfrogging ahead because they don't need banks. Okay, now banks are fighting a rear guard action. They're looking back and they're saying, we're going to, shut you guys down. You know, how are they going to, they have no way to do that. You can't stop gravity, you can't stop math, you can't.
You're just in Bitcoin, right? You don't touch Ethereum, Ripple, any of these others?
No, because there's nothing any of those coins can do that Bitcoin can't do now or will be able to do soon. There was a period where the development of Bitcoin was too slow in the minds of some. So people like Roger Ver and others decided to fork Bitcoin and create what they consider to be the true Bitcoin. But now Bitcoin is cannibalizing those coins. It's eating their lunch. It's just like a monster. It's like a black hole. Everything's going to be gobbled up into Bitcoin. All the other altcoins, all fiat coins. That's how the strength of their weakness is what drives this thing to 100,000.
See, Bitcoin is now the safe haven, the neutral reserve, the plan B for the entire planet. And even the Financial Times says Trump's attacks on the Fed are threatening U.S. safe haven status. But guess what? Even the Financial Times says Trump's attacks on the Fed are threatening U.S. safe haven status. But guess what isn't political? Well, it kind of is, because everything else is so political, so its anti-political stance is very political. But that's Bitcoin. And the great Max Kaiser has been out here bodying Elizabeth Warren and status for years. And you know what? He's right.
So there's a few countries are still in the frame of mind that they need to outlaw or regulate Bitcoin. And particularly in the U.S., when you hear people like Brad Sherman or Elizabeth Warren, or there's another congressperson out in California now who's attacking El Salvador, and we need to protect the dollar from El Salvador.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so these people, I mean, Liz Warren has her head so far up her ass that it's like a contortionist's dream. I mean, she should be at Le Cirque du Soleil doing contortions. I mean, I've never seen such an ill-informed, financially illiterate in my life. And she's actually in a position of power and people listen to her. That's very sad for America. It's America's loss. You know, the rest of the world's looking at that, rubbing their hands and saying, keep talking, because we got the commodities and we're going to be running the show soon and you're going to be out there sucking cock in the parking lot for $2. Have at it. Pretty much. I'm sorry to be so frank, but that's life.
This isn't a bull market. This is a monetary revolution. The old world is collapsing and the new one, Well, it's priced in sats, and you got a front row seat if you're paying attention. The future isn't coming, it's already here. And if you want to survive it, don't trust. Verify. And don't miss Mining Disrupt 2025. The hash war is heating up, and the biggest Bitcoin mining event of the year is heading to Dallas, Texas, November 11th through the 13th. See the latest innovations, hear from industry leaders, and catch Simply Bitcoin at the news desk. We hope to see you guys there, and don't forget to use promo code SimplyBitcoin for 20% off. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp by sharing the Sound Money Gospel, and set those notifications for the best in Bitcoin news delivered to you daily. Hey, I love you guys. Catch you on the other side. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, you.